We started discussing about basics on a WebDriver, and we have seen about how can we get the links. Okay, how can we get the links? Total number of links are present in a web page, and how can we run our test script using a HTML unit driver. That's what the basic concept we have seen in our last class. Okay, so that's what the basic concept we have seen in our last class. So let's continue that particular stuff now. Okay, so let's continue that particular stuff now. Okay, so here we have seen that how can we handle anything using a HTML unit driver. The significance of a HTML unit driver is we can run the script without launching the browser. That's what the objective of HTML unit driver, which we have discussed. That's fine. So the point which we would like to cover in today's class is how can we handle multiple windows using a WebDriver program. So what exactly a multiple windows means? How we need to use that, and why we are going for this multiple windows related stuff. The simple thing is, whenever we are working on an application, okay, whenever we are working on an application, by default, okay, if we perform any operation, there might be a possibility to open a new window. So we need to handle that newly opened window. Okay, our WebDriver program need to handle that newly opened window to switch to that and to perform actions on that particular window too. That's fine. Okay, so how this is gonna work? How this is gonna work? Let me show you an example. Okay, let me show you an example for the same. So for which I'm just going for a Salesforce application, and I'm just logging into this app. I'm just logging into this app, and just a second. Mm, no, this is not the Just a second, guys. I'm just trying to log in into this Salesforce application so that I want to show you how can we perform the drag and drop. Sorry, this one, which is a multiple windows related stuff. I would like to show you now. That's the reason I'm just trying to navigate to the Salesforce application only. Okay. Okay, fine. See, I just navigated to an application where in which a Salesforce app basically, okay, even you can create your own account for this Salesforce application. Okay, so it's looking for a password. Just a second. I just updated my password. Guys, you can create your own Salesforce account so that whatever the scenarios we are gonna explain, all these scenarios you can practice on the Salesforce application itself. Okay, you can practice all these scenarios on the Salesforce application itself. So try to create an account to Salesforce. After that, see, I'm just clicking on accounts, and I'm trying to create a new account. Okay, so the one which I would like to do over here is I would like to create a new account where in which, see here, we do have this option, a lookup. Whenever I clicked on that, see here, a small new window got displayed for us. Okay, another new window got displayed for us. It means it's been opening a new window. So I need to write down a WebDriver program which will be switching to this new window and which will be performing actions like Ramya, like Daya, like that. I would like to perform these actions. I would like to ask my WebDriver to switch to this window to perform this particular actions. Okay, to switch to this window to perform this particular actions. How come we need to perform this stuff then? Okay, how we are gonna perform this particular stuff? So using a WebDriver, we need to handle this one. See, as of now, it's been opening the information in a new window for us, right? For suppose, see, I'm just opening a hdfc.com application. It's a just hdfc.com, and from the HDFC official website. So here I'm trying to click on this instance approval. So whenever I clicked on an instance approval, so it's been opening the information in a new tab also. It's been opening the information in a new tab. So with which by looking into this stuff, we can confirm that. Okay, by looking into this stuff, we can confirm that whenever we are performing a click operation, sometimes it will open it in a new window, or else sometimes it will open it in a new window, or else it will open it in a new tab. Okay, sometimes it will open in a new window and sometimes it will open the information in a new tab too. Okay, so whatever it might be, okay, so whatever it might be, the logic is one and the same. The key point what exactly we need to know over here is whatever it might be, the logic would be one and the same. Okay, so whatever it might be, the logic would be one and the same. That's fine. So over here the point is, if it is opening in a new window, if it is opening in a new tab, okay, we are writing the same code to handle that. That's fine. So first of all, let me show you how we are gonna handle this in a new tab, for which I'm creating a new script, multiple windows. Okay, multiple windows. I'm just checking these main methods, and here WebDriver space driver, and driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Guys, we are just trying to run the script on a Firefox browser, and later driver.get. Just I am asking my WebDriver to open this hdfc.com application. Copy this application URL and paste it out over here. Okay, copy this application URL and paste it out over here. Fine. Okay, and okay, that's fine. So the next point over here is, okay, so the next point over here is, okay, we just specified this stuff, and the next point is, after opening the app, I need to, okay, I need to click on this instance approval. Okay, I need to click on an instance approval. Okay, so that's fine. So here, in order to click on instance approval, okay, in order to click on an instance approval, see here, I am opening my Selenium IDE. Okay, I'm just opening this HDFC application in my Firefox browser, and I am opening my Selenium IDE too. The reason why I'm opening my Selenium IDE is I would like to get the instance approval property. Okay, so right click on an instance approval, assert element present. Okay, just clicked on a assert element present. Go back. See here, if you observe, this is the XPath for this object. So after opening the app, we need to, okay, after opening the app, we need to, okay, click on this one. So copy the XPath for this instance approval object. Go back to your WebDriver Eclipse editor. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. I am asking my WebDriver to identify this object dot click. I just asked it to perform a click operation over here. That's fine. So we just performed a click operation over here. As we performed a click operation over here, okay, as we performed a click operation, a new tab will display for us. So after that, I'm giving a thread dot sleep command. So what is the significance of this thread dot sleep command means this command will stop the script execution for the specified time. Why we need to stop the script? After clicking on that, to open that particular page means it is taking some time means. So, and it is taking some time. So that's the reason we are just asking it to stop that particular file. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Done up to here. Am I clear for everybody so far? Okay, so that's fine. Am I clear for you all? That's fine. So the next one is now we need to write a WebDriver program to switch to that window and to perform the actions on that window. So here driver dot guys, if you remember our first, I think the second WebDriver program or the first WebDriver program. Uh, the first WebDriver program. So did you remember the first WebDriver program, whatever we have created? We have seen about get a window handle command. By that time I told you that driver dot get a window handle is a command which is getting the current window information. If at all there are multiple windows are there, get window handles is a command which is used, okay, so which is used to get multiple windows information. Okay, so here as it is getting the multiple windows information, just place your cursor on this command. See here, it is stating that set of a strings, which is a group of strings. See, I'm just storing it in a string all is equal to. It is throwing an error message suggesting that the return type should be a set of strings, which is a collection of all the windows information. So here, as of now, by default, it is only a one window. After clicking on an instance approval, see here, I am adding a comment. Below command will click on instance approval. So as of now, we have two windows open. So this get a window handles a command will capture all the two windows information. Okay, and all the two windows information. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here system.out.println. Okay, system.out.println. total windows are plus all dot size command. Okay, all dot size command. Okay, that's fine. So all dot size command. So let me run this script and check out how this is gonna work. Okay, that's fine. See here, it's been opening that. See, it's just opened the app and it doesn't perform the click operation on an instance approval. See here, the total windows are 1, but here it doesn't perform the click operation on this link, guys. Okay, it doesn't perform the click operation on this particular link. So what I'm gonna do now means, after opening the app, just ask it to wait for some time. So why I'm asking, seems like there might be a small issue. That's the reason it doesn't perform the click operation over there. Okay, it needs to click on an instance approval, then only a new window will display for us. See, click on a find, see the instance approval is highlighting here. So let me rerun this program once again. It was supposed to click on that. Fine. See, as of now, the new window got opened. Okay, as of now, a new window got opened. See here, and if you go back to your Selenium script, it is displaying as total windows are 2. Okay, total windows are 2. It is being displaying as a total windows are 2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, guys. Am I clear for you all so far? So this is the stuff. Okay, this is a simple stuff basically. Okay, the only thing over here is we are asking our WebDriver to directly click on that. As it is clicking a multiple windows got opened, so we are asking our WebDriver to store all the windows information in a all, and we are just storing that, and we are printing the count. That's it, nothing more than that. Now, my intention over here is, okay, that's fine. Our WebDriver captured all the browser instances. Now, our intention is, see guys, here, uh, right now, as of now, there are 4 Word documents opened here. Right? You can see here, document 1, 2, 3, 4. If I would like to enter a value into a document of 4 means, first of all, I need to select this document, then only I can enter a value. Right? Out of these 4 documents, I need to select one first and then I can write into the remaining. I can write into any one of them. Without selecting that, it's not a possible for me to enter some value into that particular document. So I need to select that doc first. So how come we can select a value to that particular document then? Or else, as of now, here is a document, and here in our case, we need to select a window. How come we can select a window? Okay, using a WebDriver program, how can we select a window? Okay, how can we select a window and how can we perform the actions on that particular window? Okay, okay, that's fine. So how this is gonna work? Let's go back here. I'm just specifying that. Okay, I'm just specifying that I need to switch to newly opened window. As of now, all is a variable which contains 2 windows information, right? From where I need to split first and second window information. For suppose if all contains a 10 windows information, we need to split 10 windows information. Properties related to first window in a one variable, second window in another variable, like that we can split it. So over here, let me show you a pictorial representation. This is a set. Assume that this is a set which is having a multiple values like Moti, Ramya, Daya, Kavya, Sangeeta, Sushma. These are all the values in this particular set, guys. Okay, assume that these are all the values which we have in this set. So iterator is a method which will be placing the cursor initially to the starting position of a set. So initially the mouse cursor position will be placed at the starting of the set with the help of iterator method. Okay, iterator is the method which we are using in order to place the cursor at the starting position of a set. At the starting position of a set, in order to place that one, we are using this iterator method. That's fine. And the another method is dot next. Dot next is a method which will move to next position in the set. Okay, dot next is a method which will be moving to the next position. As of now it is here. Whenever I am giving it as a dot next, this time it will move from here to here. And prior moving that, here we do have another method which is has the next method, which will check whether it is having a next value or not. Okay, whether it is having a next value or not. Has the next, first of all we'll check whether it is having a next value or not. If it is having a next value, then it will move that. Okay, if it is having a next value, then it will move to the next value. That's fine, done up to here. Iterator has a next and a next. These are all the three different methods we have under this. Okay, these are all the three different methods which we have under this set. Okay, that's fine. Guys, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, please give me a second. Okay, I will be on a mute for a second. So here the point is basically on a set we can perform these kinds of an operations itself. Iterator has a next and as well as a next. These are all the various kinds of an operations of which we can perform on a set. That's fine. So how exactly we need to perform this stuff then? So here as of now the information is in all dot iterator. Okay, iterator, it will be placing the information to the cursor over a set. The return type would be an iterator of a string. See here, I am storing string iterator is equal to, and it is suggesting me that the return type should be an iterator. And now iterator is the one which is placing the cursor at this position. In the current scenario, we have two values in the set. Right, in the current scenario, we have two values, the first window and the second window. Okay, so has the next, whenever we are moving to here to next means it will move to the first one and it will get the information from the first one. And the same way from here, whenever we are giving a next means it will move to the next one and it will get the second information. So here what I am doing means iterator dot next method, I am storing a string first is equal to, and then string second is equal to iterator dot next. So here it means as there are two values in the set, I have using this one for two times. If at all there are 10 values over there in the set, we need to write it for 10 times. By simply keeping in a for loop we can make it that. That's fine. So as of now First window information is there in first. Second window information is there is in second. Right now, driver dot switch to dot window. I'm just asking my WebDriver to switch to my second window. I'm just asking my WebDriver to switch to my second window. Okay, that's fine. The next point, what exactly we need to do over here is, okay, the next point, what exactly we need to do over here is, okay, I just asked my WebDriver to switch to that window. How come I know my WebDriver got a switch to that window or not? Right, we asked our WebDriver to switch to that window. How come we know whether it switched to that window or not? So what I'm gonna do now means, in this window, see here we have a username field, right? Let's try to enter some value into this field. So right click, inspect element with a firebug. So it is having an ID property like that. Just copy the ID property, go back here, driver dot find element by dot ID dot send keys. I would like to enter Gayatri into that field. Now just run this script. Right click, run as a Java application. It's been executing the test script now. Okay, it's been executing the test script now. So it was supposed to enter a value into that particular field. Okay, it was supposed to enter a value into that particular username field. Let's see our WebDriver is performing that particular action or not. See here, in the username field, a Gayatri got entered. It means even though there are n number of windows there in our web page, using a WebDriver program, we can switch to those windows and we can perform actions on those windows. Am I clear for you all, or do you have any questions for me? Is this point clear for you all? Gayatri, Shruti. See, I got a question. If there are 10 windows open, the simple thing is, assume that there are 10 windows open over here. Let me explain you this scenario, guys. Right now, here is the notes. There are 10 windows. First will store first window info. Second variable will store second window info. So on. 10 window will store 10th window info, right? So out of which I need to switch to my 9th window. So driver dot switch to dot window of 9. So my WebDriver program will switch to the 9th window. Here you need to specify, below that you need to specify 9th window objects information, so that our scripts will perform actions on that. Okay, so that our script will perform actions on that. That's fine. Am I clear for you all, or do you people have any questions for me?
Hey, Murthy, I just want to ask, like the main page we have for SDFC, and we have 10 links over there, and clicking on those 10 links open 10 different screens.
Okay.
Okay, and we click all those buttons, all those links simultaneously one after another. So we have 10 different windows open. So
Okay.
now, if we want to switch any of those 10 windows, how will you come to know how we are going to do that numbering?
See, the simple thing is, first of all, generally when compared to the of a real-time scenarios of what exactly we are dealing with. Okay, generally assume that your application is having such kind of a scenario. We need to assume that you are doing such task manually also. forgot about the Selenium automation script. Assume that you are performing such kind of a links, and assume that there are 10 links on a home page, and whenever you click randomly on a links, it is opening a random pages. Even that would be a bit difficult for us to handle, or else to identify a link, a window, even we are testing it in a manually also. So in order to handle these kind of a scenarios, we need to follow a systematic procedure. So it means instead of clicking on the links randomly, we need to click 10 links one after another. Okay, so it means immediately after clicking on a first link, the first window will open, so that all the links, whenever you are clicking one after another sequentially, the windows is also gonna display in such a way, so that if at all you would like to switch to the fifth link window, means just by selecting the fifth we need to do that. So if at all we are clicking on that randomly, means even it would be a bit difficult for us to work on that manually also. The same way even our script will also follow. So to avoid this one, we need to click sequentially, so that the corresponding windows will be triggered by my WebDriver. Okay,
Yep, makes sense. Thank you.
fine. So done up to here. The other point what exactly we need to do over here is, okay, okay, so the other point what exactly we need to do here is, okay, so we just switch it to that window. Guys, if you remember, we have seen that in order to close the browser instance on the day one class, we noticed that driver.quit and driver.close commands are there. So here, in this case, after entering the value, I am asking it to close that. Okay, just perform the close to show you the differences between close and quit. See, and manually also, whenever we are trying to close this instance approval, it will open a small pop-up window. Again, a small pop-up window it will open. Okay, let me run this script and show you how this is gonna work, how the close command is gonna work. Okay, fine, it's been executing that. Okay, it's been opening that and it's been performing the actions. And I have given a close command. So the intention of the close command is, whatever the window is, or else on which window our WebDriver is performing the actions, it will close that window. On which window our WebDriver is performing the actions, it will close that window. Right now, it entered on a newly opened window. Dot close is a command which closed that window. Okay, dot close is a command which closed that window. Close is a command which we are using to close that window. Here, in this case, instead of a close a command, I am using a quit command to show you the difference between a close and a quit. Run the scripts. So I'm just executing my test script now. In this case, see, in this case, as we have a using a quit command, the intention of the quit command is it was supposed to close all the browser instances. See, all the WebDriver related browser instances got a close. Close is a command, it will close the current browser instance. And quit is a command, it will close all the browser instances which were launched by that WebDriver instance. Okay, whatever the how many browsers are launched, it will close all the browser instances whenever you are going for a quit. Whenever we are going for a close, whatever the instance currently it is performing the actions, it will close that particular one. That's the only thing, guys. Okay, that's the only difference between a close and a quit. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Done up to here. Okay, so once we are done up to here, this is the way how can we handle multiple windows. Okay, this is the way how can we handle any kind of a windows. If there are a 10 20 windows are there, we need to follow the same process to handle those windows. Fine. Once we are done up to here, let me show you a small scenario here. I'm just going for a jQuery application. Okay, so where in which I would like to show you some scenarios on a jQuery application. Okay, so okay, so here the point what exactly I need to do is using a WebDriver program. I need to perform. See here, the object is here. The name over there is a drag me around. So just I can perform a drag operation on these objects. Okay, so using a WebDriver, I need to perform this action. Okay, how can I perform this kind of an action using my WebDriver program? So here, this is a drag operation. I need to perform a drag and I need to drop somewhere on my web page. I'm not sure where exactly I need to drop. Somewhere. That might be any X coordinate or a Y coordinate. You can drop it anywhere. I need to perform a drag and I need to perform a drop operation. How come it's gonna work? Okay, how come it's gonna work? How it's gonna work to perform a drag and drop operation using a WebDriver program? Okay, how it's gonna perform a drag and drop using a WebDriver program? By default, using a WebDriver program, it's not a possible for us to directly perform this. Hence, we are creating an object to actions class using which we are gonna perform this kinds of actions. Okay, the various kinds of UI actions we are gonna perform with the help of actions class. Okay, we are gonna perform the various kinds of UI actions with the help of actions class. How this is gonna work? Let me show you a small reference for that. Go back to the scripts. I'm creating a new script and I am naming it as a actions and it is a draggable. And I created a new script and the WebDriver space driver is equal to new Firefox driver. WebDriver space driver is equal to new Firefox driver or else WebDriver space driver and then driver is equal to new Firefox driver. I just specified that. Okay, I have created an object to my WebDriver. I just specified that. After which driver.get is a command which we are using to open the app. This is my application. Just copy the application URL, go back and paste it out over here. And go back to your Firefox browser and open this app. So I need to perform these drag and drop related scenarios. How can I perform these scenarios? In order to perform these kind of scenarios, okay, so we need to create an object to our actions class. Actions space A is equal to new actions of driver. We need to create an object to an actions class. Okay, we need to create an object to an actions class. Actions space A is equal to new actions of a driver. A, so I have created an actions object. So with the help of a dot, We can perform various actions: click and hold, double click, context click, which is used to perform a right click operation, drag and drop by. See, for drag and drop, we have a two commands. One is a drag and drop, the other one is a drag and drop by. See, drag and drop is used whenever we know the source and a destination, we can go for a drag and drop. If I know my source and if I don't know my destination, in those cases, I can go for this drag and drop by. So as of now, in my case, I know my source, but I don't know my destination. In those cases, I can go for a drag and drop by. So drag and drop by x offset. So it means an x coordinate I am giving it as a 150. Y coordinate I am just giving it as a 150. But here we need to specify the source, which is a web element. So driver dot find element. Right click on the object, inspect element with a firebug. This object is having an ID property. Copy that. Go back to the script, specify that by ID, and I am creating a web element for that. Web element drag is equal to, okay, you know what exactly a web element is. So here I am specifying a drag dot build dot perform. Generally, whenever we are performing any kind of an actions using an actions class, we need to specify dot build dot perform at the end of each and every command. Dot build and a dot perform you need to add at the end of each and every command to perform the various kinds of an actions. That's fine. So how come this is gonna work then? How exactly this is gonna work? Let's run this script. Run as a Java application. Guys, we noticed that this object is there on a browser. That's the reason whenever we place it, the cursor, the corresponding object is getting highlighted. So it means these properties are there in a browser. Okay. So let's see what exactly my script will throw. Prior that, if you clearly observe by right clicking on the object, see here, this frame view, see here, this frame info is a display, this frame. So it means your page was divided into multiple frames and it is on a frame, and this much of information is there related to a frame. Go back to the script, it got a failed stating that unable to locate an object with a name as a draggable. We know that this object is there in a web page, but our tool was unable to identify that. The reason is our web page contains multiple frames and this object is there on a frame. That's the reason our WebDriver was unable to switch to that frame to identify the object. If at all we need to perform actions on that object, means you need to switch, or else you need to ask our WebDriver to switch to the frame where exactly that object is. Then only our WebDriver can identify and it will perform the actions on that object, guys. Am I clear for everybody with this point? Am I clear for everybody with this point, or do you people have any questions for me? Am I clear for you all, guys? Fine. So how come I know my web page is having a frame? Means the simple thing. Whenever we are trying to identify any object, if you notice that this frame or a view frame, something like that, we can confirm that this object is there on a frame. If I need to perform actions on this object, means that definitely I need to write a command to switch to the frame. So inspect element with a firebug. Generally, all the frames in a web page will start with a tag name, either a frame or else with a iframe. All the frames in a web page will start with a tag name as with a frame or else with a tag name as a iframe. So if you observe this particular object, above this particular object information you have iframe tag and this is its class name. Copy the class name, go back here, driver dot find element by dot class name, and It is a web element of frame info is equal to. Now what I am doing means driver dot switch to dot frame. So we are asking it to switch to the frame first and then identify the object and then perform the actions. So now run the script. The only command whatever we have added is a switch to frame. This is the only command which we have added over here. So automatically my WebDriver will perform the actions. Just check out how this is gonna work. Okay, just check out how this is gonna work. It's been launching the browser and it's been opening the app and it needs to perform a draggable operation. See, the drag and drop operation got performed by my WebDriver. It was supposed to be here. It performed the drag and it dropped it over here. Right, guys? So this is the way how can we perform a drag and drop operation. And not only the drag and drop operation, in our today's class we have a seen about how to switch to windows and how to switch to frames. We have a seen in our today's class, guys. Is this concept clear for you all? And even there are a few more scenarios are there to handle this frames and windows, which we are gonna cover in our tomorrow's class. Okay, which we are gonna cover in our tomorrow's class. Okay, that's fine. Am I clear for you? Before I conveyed you that multiple windows and a multiple tabs both are having same logic. Okay, the logic is one and the same in between multiple windows and as well as a multiple tabs also. Okay, so in our today's class we have a seen about the multiple tabs only. In our tomorrow's class I will show you an application on a Salesforce, the one which I have shown you earlier, Salesforce, to perform that particular action as well. Okay, that's fine. See guys, if you observe, I have written only one command which is switch to default content to switch back to my previous window, and later I asked it to click on a resizable link. If you observe my browser instance, the URL got changed to resizable. It means the resizable got clicked successfully. That's the reason it switched back to the window. Okay guys.